So to get us a quick note about format, everyone has a little over 3 minutes to present a lot of stuff. So we're actually gonna not have time for Q&A, but what we are going to do is host a birds of a feather session right here in this room where you can ask product managers any questions that you'd like. We'd really wanna welcome your questions, but we really wanna make the most out of this time to make sure everyone has an opportunity to say what their teams are doing. So with that, I'm gonna hand it over to Braden McDonald, who's CTO at OpenCraft.
Thanks, Serena. So quickly, I'm going to talk about 3 features that OpenCraft has been involved with. The first feature is copy-paste in Studio, and this is part of the Modular Learning Initiative. It's one of the first projects that's come out of that initiative that's been implemented. And so it's a collaboration between TCRIL and 2U and OpenCraft and the community in general. But basically what it lets you do is you can copy any X block in Studio and then paste it anywhere else in the same course or into other courses, which will let you very quickly reuse X blocks. You can have a template course, and then you can copy blocks out of that into your subject-specific courses, anything like that. We're excited about this feature. We have a prototype ready on GitHub, and we're going to be beta testing it soon with a few users on edX.org. Next up, the data working group is leading the development of OARS, the new Open Analytics Reference System. And this is a successor to edX Insights, which you can use to analyze the learning and teaching activity of your OpenEdX instance. A lot of OpenEdX users are very excited for more analytics tools. And the big notable aspect of OARS is that it uses off-the-shelf software and puts it together. So crunching the numbers and then visualizing them is all using ready-to-go software. So we're not custom building this just for edX. What you get is it works out of the box with OpenEdX. And this one also has a prototype developed, and development is ongoing. If you want to learn more, there's a talk tomorrow in the exact same room at the exact same time. So just fast forward 24 hours and you can get all the details. And lastly, for OpenCraft, this is one of our big priorities, is improving theming of the platform. And specifically, we're building a new theme for OpenEdX. So it will be a very distinct look and feel that learners will see when they're using the platform. And at the same time, because it's hard to do that now, we're trying to contribute as much as we can to improving the themability of the platform, making so you can theme MFEs and more easily build themes like this in the future. So we'd love to see more of these happening. Where this project is at, we have the high-level design direction for the new theme, and you can read about it on our blog in this post, Designing Better edX Themes. Later this year, we hope to be doing the development of the theme, and all throughout the year we'll be contributing to themability and trying to help make that work better in the platform. That's it for me. Up next will be Brian from 2U.
Great. So I'm going to be talking about 2 features related to libraries and reusability of content. I think it's great that I'm following Braden, because I really do want to emphasize the partnership that we've had around the broader modular learning project between TCRIL, OpenCraft, the community, and 2U. So the first thing we're doing is we're launching what's known as Content Libraries V2. So it's moving content libraries out of having a kind of single, of a module store, kind of single use case of randomized prompt set blocks into a world in which one can build libraries using Blockstore technology on the back end for maximum reusability, and then can associate any content in an X block to anything that you pull from the library and make that specific decision. So the work completed, we have developed new editors, text, video, and problem editor, and those editors work in Studio and libraries together. The problem editor, Brad's going to talk a little bit more about briefly, and that's going to be coming out shortly. We developed a new library MFE, and we have developed a new library reference blocks. That's the one where you can specifically say, hey, I want to add this video from this library right here in this course, or this problem, et cetera. what's next? We're going to be integrating new editors into the library MFE and getting new video uploading capabilities into the library. So you can now, once this is complete, you can edit or you can upload and manage videos directly in a library. You don't have to put them in a course and then go find the ID and post it in. And then we're going to work on porting Library V1 content over the new Blockstore library. So the team at 2U is leading these efforts, and we will be aiming to roll this out towards the end of Q2, early Q3. The second thing is around what's next for libraries, and as we move towards libraries really maximizing the reusability. So this is the project on tagging and taxonomies. So we're going to be launching an MVP. We're just working on finalizing the scope of that this week. We've developed a strategy document. You can find it here. The link is on the right side. It's a strategy document that we worked on with TU and OpenCraft and shared with the community around a vision for a future of reusable content and searchable content with the ability to upload, create, manage taxonomies and apply them to units and components in a course. We actually have a link, so once if you want to get the deck and share it out there, we'd love to, with a very, very quick poll, this week only, tell us what your top use case would be amongst the options we're going for the MVP. We're going to scope that in and make sure we can deliver value in our very first MVP that we're aiming to roll out in Q3. So that's it for me.
Hi, so I'm actually not a product person. I'm Director of Engineering for Learning Solutions at Pearson. I'm going to talk about three things that we're currently working on. So the first one is the LTI tool provider. Obviously that capability was in 1.1. It operates at a very granular level, solely at the component, unit, and subsection levels. For a lot of our customers, they just want a really easy integration. And even though 1.3 has the deep linking service, they want to go even easier. So they just want to be able to consume a whole course and just embed that into their own classes. So we're building an LTI tool provider that will allow third-party elements. Oh, sorry. So we're building a capability to allow third-party LMSs to import the entire course into their classes. So far, we've got the auth workflow working. We've added new views to render the courseware. Currently working on the navigation. It's also going to tie into a licensing scheme that we have. It's going to use the events and filters capability. So addresses one of the objections to the tool provider, which is in the past at least that you can't monetize the content. So that solves that problem for us. The next one's a little bit controversial. You love it or you hate it. Not looking at anyone in particular, Marco. So this capability obviously was in OpenEdX in the past. In the Juniper timeframe, we've had a lot of requests to restore this capability. Not a lot to say about it. You can show and hide it, which addresses maybe some of Marco's concerns. You're not forced to use it. We have a proof of concept that's working currently. We had to table it to focus on the LTI capabilities. Next up is just refining the user experience. Need to get some input. Hopefully TCRO and others can give us some input on to help us with that. And then the mobile experience. So the proof of concept is just desktop only. We don't have any mobile experience yet, but obviously that needs to be part of it. Lastly, this was swapped in last night. It turned out on Thursday last week we did some testing with 1.3. We're like, oh, this breaks a few things. It breaks CCX, which we're heavily reliant upon. It only implements the single tenancy model in LTI, not the multi-tenancy model, which I think means it's probably not useful for most installations of OpenEdX. Means you can only have one tool per client ID. And there's also a few other things like PII is currently not fully supported. So this is really to restore parity with the 1.1 consumer. We've already re-enabled the custom parameter support, including the templatized custom parameter support. We have re-enabled CCX support, kind of, as of this morning, maybe. That's it. Happy to talk about any of those things.
My name is Brad. I'm a product manager for edX Studio. So first, I want to talk about the public APIs that we're building for course authoring. So the impact that we're shooting for is twofold. One, looking to be able to port courses from central locations such as a CMS or GitHub. And then secondly, also being able to offer the ability to edit and maintain those courses through a single button publish. So the work completed to this point, we have two primary stakeholders that we're in conversations with on a biweekly level. So one of them is boot camps. Boot camps has a growing portfolio on edX.org, and there's also an external partner who represents potentially hundreds of new courses that we could get ingested into edX.org. So they've helped us to build out these MVP requirements, which should be delivered in Q2. From a what's next standpoint, there's read-only content will be phase 2, but that won't include things like images and videos. And phase 3 will include images and videos, but also things like editing and grading. And then from a studio overhaul standpoint, this is certainly ongoing work. There's a new functionality that makes authoring easier for the average user on a new tech stack, which is the MFE work, that enables us to build things faster. So the work completed to this point, probably like the most important concept to really understand is the relationship that we have to the library work that Brian talked about. So the MFE work enables the new content libraries, and the new content libraries enables the majority of the modular content initiative. So that's really a big part of the significance of it. But for the 3 editors in particular, with the text editor, there's the tiny MCE toolbar for improved styling. Video editor settings, which was released in December, is really, the settings is the first part. The second part of that will be the video uploads enhancement, which I'll talk about here in a second. And a problem editor. So we did put an asterisk next to the problem editor. The work is done, but it hasn't been released on edX.org yet, so it's probably coming next week. That toolbar exists in questions and also in different feedback areas. The settings panel is now part of the visual editor rather than being in a different page, and Markdown is not required in the visual problem editor anymore. And then quickly, what's next? The uploads enhancement now just really has 2 clicks to be able to add a video to your course, where previously it had several clicks and several tabs that were required. Bulk delete static assets. Right now, if you want to delete a static asset, you have to do that one by one in Studio. The bulk delete will lead to much less bloated courses. And then also a folder structure will be implemented, and you'll probably see that in a few pages. So that would be like the files and uploads page, video uploads page, and also content libraries. So anyways, that's me.
Hi, everyone. So I'm here to talk about a project, a funded contribution that I'm working with TCRIL on. It specifically relates to the mobile strategy and product roadmap for the mobile applications. For some of those who saw the tutorial yesterday, there's some active work that the Raccoon Gang team has started that sort of opens the door to exploring some new technology options for the mobile application. So as a quick summary of the work we've done to date, we're making progress in, we have some product goals, we have some design goals, and we have some technology goals, but we're working towards getting a community roadmap for the mobile area that hopefully moves the applications towards more global access, offline mode, limited bandwidth access use cases in particular. But we're also looking in parallel to improve or increase contributions in the space. Mobile was a really active contribution area many years past, and we're looking to get back to that. So we are assessing a mobile prototype for iOS and Android that Raccoon Gang has built as a potential default for the future for the OpenNX project. There's a lot more we need to do in terms of feature comparison, understanding the community's insights and interests in features or additions to the mobile experiences. So if you're interested, there's more resources available either at the links here or in Confluence. And that's what I have to share for today.
Hello, everyone. So I'd like to share two features that we've been working on lately. One of them is the survey report. So basically, that number you saw, 77 million users this morning, we actually want to calculate that. So the idea with the survey report is that we acquire some anonymized and aggregated data from the OpenEDX instances around the world. And so far, most of this work is completed. The report is able to be generated via the UI in the admin panel, and it's been sent to a data store that's managed by TechReal. But we are still coming up with the necessary changes so that this report can be generated automatically every 6 months or so. The second feature that we have in the works is sort of a fix, something that we would expect the studio to have, and that is courses have modes, but modes can only be altered by a super admin of the platform, and we basically needed a UI in the studio to make course authors be able to manage their courses. And this work is kind of piloting the product review new process, so we are in the works with that, but so far it's looking good. And I hope that this will land in master real soon.
Hello everyone. I'm Daniel. I am the product manager with the Aurora team. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about social sharing. So you can imagine maybe Anat has a class up in it. Maybe he plays like a chainsaw in the class, and he's like, this is amazing. I need everyone to see this, but there's no way to make it publicly visible until now. And so now he can say on the page, this video should be made available to be shared, and then as users are going through it, they can share that with their social networks. Right now, you can share it from that one course to Twitter, and we're working on developing ways that we'll be able to offer it to more course teams and expand it to beyond just Twitter. The other thing we're interested in a more like a long-term way, we're just doing early discovery, is we have heard a lot of feedback that our platform is lacking in interaction and participatory learning, which is something that I feel really excited about diving into. So we've started to gather some insights and talk to people. I've been really inspired so far over these 2 days. I feel like I have a lot of conversations to have with you in the community. This is like thinking about things from like, you know, course-wide annotations and mental models to smaller things like having like real-life scenario simulations that can maybe augment just quizzes, branching scenarios, and I'm done. Thank you.
Okay, so I'll be talking on behalf of Fakir Bilal, who's the product lead at Edly. So he's put in a lot of work on these products, so it's really sad that he couldn't be there. So I'm going to be talking about 3 X blocks. Oh, so it did do a video.
I'm Fakir Bilal from Edly.
Can you hear him?
From Lahore. We had a very prolific.
I can do the presentation or the video. I try that. This is going to be.
Here at Edly, Rajesh and I have picked a few projects we'd like to share with you in this session. First up, we have H5P X block. We all love H5P here in the OpenEDX community. Every week someone asks about interoperability with OpenEDX and OpenEDX Slack. So this is great news for all the H5P fans out there. We know that there are some other H5P plugins out there as well, but we hope that this is the last one you'll need. You can use it to enhance the learning experience by seamlessly integrating H5P content into OpenEDX. It significantly simplifies the authoring process and offers several useful features such as marking content as complete, capturing learner scores, saving learner state, etc. And you can host all your H5P content on your own cloud. Moving on, we've got Contemplate. It enables learners to use guided prompts at different points during a course and get automatically compiled, personalized artifacts. For educators, this has multiple applications. You can use it for enabling an advanced organizer, smarter learning journals, and personalized learning summaries. It can be great for courses that require learners to create their own resources or artifacts. For example, for a large project based on the learned material. So a wide range of use cases for engineering or business courses. A shout out to the LMX team that worked on this. Next, I'd like to introduce you to Watch IQ. Despite an instructor or instruction designer's best efforts, watching videos in a course can sometimes be dull or even painful for learners. So we developed Watch IQ to allow you to make any video an interactive learning experience. It seamlessly embeds highly programmable interactive elements within the video frame. It helps promote active engagement, reinforces comprehension, and can also provide real-time feedback to learners. You can configure it in a number of ways depending on your use case, all from within your studio. This X block is particularly beneficial for courses that rely heavily on video content, as it transforms passive viewing into an interactive and engaging experience. This was also developed by our team at LMAX. That's it for me. Thank you so much for your time. If you'd like to learn more about any of these projects, please reach out to us. My colleagues will be at the Birds of Feather session to tell you more about them. Also, don't forget to drop by Edly's booth to say hi and also check out the live demos. Have a great conference, everyone.
So I'm so glad that Fakir managed to upload the video in time. He presented much better than I could have. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. No?
Good afternoon.
There you go. Okay, good. Next up is me. I'll be using some of my time to talk about two more things that Edly has been working on. The first one is Messenger. This is a communication solution that is integrated with the LMS, and it allows student to instructor communication and also optionally student to student. This is a solution that was developed for the WikiMedia Foundation. It's not open yet, but it has tremendous potential. Looking forward to distributing it further. The second thing that I would like to talk about from Edly is another X block, which is the pocket-sized X block. I like to call it a lighter SCORM alternative. It allows course instructors to add interactive content from the studio with a very user-friendly, with a very good user experience. And this makes basically the course much more engaging and dynamic with a very low barrier to entry. It was developed in collaboration with ILMX, and it's currently in production at Edly. So if you're interested in it, please come and talk to us, and we can work on open sourcing it. Next up is Mute. So this is something that I have been working on for a customer. This project was sponsored by the Chan Zuckerberg initiative. The idea is to enable course instructors to design courses from their text editor. And so they can write courses in Markdown and then export the course to OpenEDX OLX format. And vice versa, they can export from OpenEDX and convert it to Markdown. I think this has great potential because it allows course authors to collaborate on GitHub, like fork, share content. So I think this has the potential to open up courses just like open source software is distributed. This is currently available. It supports a limited selection of units. We're just waiting for user feedback. The other thing that I've been working on is a Jupyter X block, so also for the Chan Zuckerberg initiative. This is an X block that allows a student to have interactive coding exercises from within the LMS. So coding happens within the LMS window, so they don't have to leave the LMS at all. It supports Python because that's what I tested with, but I'm guessing that it supports all of the languages that Jupyter Hub actually supports, so this is a really powerful solution. It works with LTI, so the X block is actually pretty simple. This is generally available. Next up will be integrated grading and maybe one-click deployment of Jupyter Hub clusters. That's all I got. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Anna Aldrich. I'm from the 2U edX side of things, and I'm the product manager working with all things learning tools. So I'm presenting a few things that are currently in progress. So that's putting together a recommended list of LTIs that we'll be providing to TCRL, public-facing list that we'll be keeping updated afterward. And moving to the exciting part. So we will be putting in place some work this year, hopefully, that'll fix the LTI configuration issues. I'll be working with Spencer and with Jenna and getting that sorted. We are wanting input from the community. So this is kind of a discovery design phase. So please do reach out to me on Open Slack. And the other piece of it is just we want to reach the marketplace. So we want to be able to take these recommended embedded lists of LTIs and input from the edX side of things, but also from the community, and then have that maintained as a trusted list. So let's say you have a course that requires coding. Let's have 2 or 3 easy to install coding tools that can be added to the course that can be used by whoever's putting in the creation. So that's me. Yeah, please do reach out.
I need to move a little bit, so I'm going to hold it if you don't mind, because it's just my MO. Anyway, my name is Spencer. I'm at edX 2U as well. And to continue the theme of LTI as well, I wanted to share some stuff that my engineering squad has been working on lately. One fix is some LTI PII sharing, particularly between both 1.1 and 1.3 on the edX platform, making a more standardized way for asking learners for PII is the work that we want to do there, and make sure it happens in one place and not like all over the place. Currently, it happens on every launch. This would be nicer to just ask up front rather than berate a learner. You sure you want to share? You sure you want to share? You sure you want to share every single time? We haven't started the work on it yet, but we have that in place. The other thing, LTI related, that's even bigger and something that's important to us is LTI for proctoring, is just making proctoring on the platform an LTI solution. This is kind of just part of the bigger theme of, let's not maintain this this custom integration that we have on the platform and have to worry about that third party constantly and keep having to move with them. Instead, make it more of a plug and play kind of thing with different partners or different instances of OpenEdX can use it. And so that's basically what we're doing. So we're about halfway, maybe a little bit more than halfway through this project. And so the work that we've completed, I put details here around publishing via LTI, implementing timed exams. But we're going to be doing some beta with some partners with a proctoring provider that we're using. But again, it's less about what that proctoring provider is and the fact that, hey, you wanted to use proctoring, who do you want to use? Do they have an LTI compliant proctoring solution? Awesome. And trying to make that a reality on the platform. The other thing I wanted to mention also is we did do some work. My team is actually a team that works on insights. We did some work replumbing insights last year to make it more efficient. I want to state that while we want to support OARS and everything, I also want to let everyone know that we will continue to support insights in the meantime as well. So we have done some work to make that more stable and will continue to support that for the time being. And now I will transition to awkwardly holding my microphone to the laptop for Amir, one of our other product managers.
Hello everyone, my name is Amir. I'm a product manager at Vue. I'm excited to present a notification framework that we've been working on. This notification framework will allow developers to manage and dispense notifications for a platform area or a workflow. We hope to boost engagement, retention, course completions, and positively impact learning through this initiative. We are planning to support web, email, and push notification channels, and we want this framework to be flexible enough to accommodate various notification types. Platform areas that may benefit from this framework are discussion forums, course upgrades, grading, reminders, etc. We'll first test and release web notifications for forum activity, followed by email and push notifications using either a custom implementation or a third-party integration. We've selected forum. Hello everyone, my name is Amir.
There we go. You restart. Sweet, thank you. Let's see.
Hello everyone, my name is Amir. I'm a product manager at Vue. I'm excited to present a notification framework that we've been working on. This notification framework will allow developers to manage and dispense notifications for a platform area or a workflow. We hope to boost engagement, retention, course completions, and positively impact learning through this initiative. We are planning to support web, email, and push notification channels, and we want this framework to be flexible enough to accommodate various notification types. Platform areas that may benefit from this framework are discussion forums, course upgrades, grading, reminders, etc. We'll first test and release web notifications for forum activity, followed by email and push notifications using either a custom implementation or a third-party integration. We selected forums because it is the primary place for interaction between learners and course teams. The volume of interaction is high, allows us to extensively test and collect ample feedback. Let's talk about the UI. Each user will be able to customize their notification preferences for each course that they are enrolled in through a dedicated notification preferences page. They will be able to view and keep track of web notifications via a notification array. They will see a count of unread notifications, and these notifications will be rendered separately for each platform area, for example, forums, course authoring, reminders, ratings, subscriptions, etc. For further discussion, please connect with us in the Slack channel as seen on this slide. The second initiative that I want to briefly talk about is a discussion forum upgrade. We rolled out a new content for the discussion forum last year, which is also part of the other release. This new content has an improved UI, readability, navigation, and new filters and sorts. The upgrade that we are working on now will render discussions content in a sidebar alongside the course content. With this upgrade, we hope to improve forum participation by enabling learners to interact with all the new features offered by the discussion content without disrupting their learning. This upgrade also includes a new 3-level hierarchy of discussion topics, which will have a one-to-one correspondence with the course hierarchy, that is a section, a subsection, and a unit. This upgrade is built as a new discussion spider, and discussion blocks will no longer work in the course runs that are using this new provider. For more details, please refer to the document seen on this slide. Thank you very much.
Oh, there we go. All right, and Ryan, come on up.
Hey everybody, I'm Ryan. I don't have anything to share. I just want to say hello. I work at 2U. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. I have a booming voice. Hi everybody, I'm Ryan. I don't have anything to share. I just want to say hello. I am a product director at 2U. I support many of the folks who came up here to speak today with vision and support and ideas and stuff. So really excited about all the cool stuff that's in here. I'm gonna maybe talk to some of you about using some of it. Thank you.